If you're in the market for a new foldable phone, then you gotta consider the Google Pixel Fold, because this thing is bloody nuts, mate. Now, I've done the research for you, and this video condenses the vital news and reviewer gossip into a smaller, palatable package. So use this video as a buyer's guide, and if you're seriously interested in one of these, then watch this video first. Let's have a chinwag about the key features. The screen. So basically, it's got two screens. It's got an external 5-inch display, 1080 resolution, and 408 ppi, and it reaches well over 1000 nits, so it's easy to see outside. And don't forget, it supports 120 Hz, because Pornhub is so much better in 120 Hz. Am I right or not, son? Oh yeah, and it's got a 7.6-inch display when it's fully flexing at your face, and that also supports up to 120 Hz with 380 ppi pixel density. Don't know about you, but I think that's absolutely crackers, mate. Google say this has got the most durable hinge on a foldable phone, and it's the thinnest foldable phone there is. Lovely jubbly. It's also got a Google Tensor G2 chip, so apparently it's bloody fast and it's secure. It's got a split screen function, so if you fancy multitasking on your phone, like for example doing your own work and playing fucking Fortnite at the same time, then this phone's got your back, son. And if you're in a foreign country and you need to use Google Translate, just have a look-see and see how smart this is. Bloody hell, mate. I'm gonna need that when I go to Benidorm this year. In terms of added security features, it's got Google One VPN at no extra cost. Yeah, right, we'll see how long that lasts, lads. Remember when they used to give you free drive storage with Pixel phones? They've gone and done that one in now, ain't they? Gits. And by the way, it's got a fingerprint reader to get into the phone, making it nice and secure, unless someone chops your finger off or something. Cameras. So in terms of the rear camera system, it's got a 48 megapixel main camera, 10 megapixel ultra wide, and a 10 megapixel 5x telephoto. In terms of front cameras, it's got two. It's got a hole punch camera in the middle, and it's got an 8 megapixel camera in the bezel. As for the ports, it still supports USB Type-C 3.2, as you'd expect, and it supports dual SIM, and it even supports eSIM support. It comes in two color options, porcelain and obsidian, which is bloody obscene because it's just a fancy word for black, innit? Anyway, yeah, in terms of specs, this phone is lovely jubbly. But what's not so pucker is the price tag at 1,749 nicker. Starting price, lads. So if you want the 256 gig version, it's 1,749, and if you want the 512 gig version, it's 1,869. So basically, Google, you're saying instead of buying this phone, I could actually book myself a 2-week cruise to go around the fucking Hawaiian Islands? Yeah, I'll really have to think long and hard on that one, won't I? Now, I've read multiple reviews about this product, because this geezer knows it's important to use multiple sources of information. Otherwise, you might unintentionally chat out your ass. Anyway, here's what the top review websites and YouTube channels are saying about the Google Pixel Fold. Now, I think it's really strange, this one, because some reviews are giving it the full 5 stars, whereas others are saying it's a bit mediocre. So let's try and figure out what everyone is saying, son, and make a conclusion. Now, as for the positives, almost every review I watched or read agreed on the following things. Number 1. People agree it's probably the best foldable to use while it's closed, and it feels more like a regular phone. Also, it's got IPX8 water resistance, which is pretty good for a foldable. According to one reviewer, it feels just as fast or faster than a Google Pixel 7 Pro, despite having the same chipset. And I guess that probably comes down to the 12 gigs of RAM on board. And the software really sets this phone apart. It's got cool new apps and a lovely jubbly new dock, so it's extra cushy when it comes to multitasking. Now brace yourself, lads, because there's a lot of things that reviewers didn't like. This list is gonna be a long one. So first of all, look at those bezels, mate. You could eat your dinner off that. They're fucking massive. And now have a look-see at the Samsung Galaxy Fold. It's just no comparison if you ask me. The next complaint is about the screens. Whilst being good, the quality is not up to par with Samsung foldable phones. As for the foldable design, you can't open it with one hand, and it doesn't fold fully flat if you look at this photo. The battery life ain't meant to be that great. One reviewer said they only got 4 hours screen on time, and for some reason there's a line going down the middle of the screen separating the two phones like some sort of border control, so you can't do things like spam widgets over the midline, which is a bit stupid if you ask me. As for the camera, photos that were taken by reviewers didn't seem to be as good as Google flagships. Marquez in particular even described the photos as being like the Pixel 7a, and that it was a step down from flagship. Now that's some serious trash talk right there, Marky boy, because the Pixel 7a is utter shite. And the same goes for videos. Noisier videos compared to flagships means you're better off paying less money and just getting a 7 Pro. Also, look at this crease. I mean, I know it's a foldable, but come on lads, this is a little bit over the top if you ask me. It looks like a bloody baboon's arse cheeks, or like some drunk lad is giving you a moonie after a night out or something. And as it's a foldable, some apps don't support the system yet, so as a result some apps look a little bit shitty. Like look at Instagram, son. What on earth is that? And last but not least, what about the durability of this piece of shit? Look at this page from Phone Arena. They're reporting that one lad's Pixel Fold has already died and it's not even properly out yet. Now they're reporting that dust somehow managed to get into this little crevice and fuck the phone's internal OLED display. I mean, WTF lads. I thought this thing is meant to be IPX8 resistant, not cushy. So that's Bob's your uncle, lads. Now I bet you lot can guess that I'm not going to be buying the Google Pixel Fold. I guess I'll see you lads in Hawaii then. And by the way, I've already been on YouTube and started practicing the fucking hula. Bosh.